In the year 2150, Archaeologist Drive. Elena Vasquez was on the verge of a groundbreaking discovery. She had spent the past 6 months meticulously excavating the ruins of an ancient castle in Spain, a site that had long been abandoned and forgotten. The castle, once a formidable fortress, now lay in crumbling ruins, overgrown with vegetation and shrouded in mystery. One sunny afternoon, Elena was deep in the castle's underground chamber, her flashlight casting long shadows on the stone walls. Her heart raced with excitement as she brushed away dirt and debris, revealing a hidden compartment. Inside, she found a metal gauntlet, unlike anything she had ever seen. It was intricately designed, with unknown symbols etched into its surface and advanced technology embedded within it. The gauntlet seemed out of place, a blend of medieval craftsmanship and futuristic technology. As she carefully lifted the gauntlet, it suddenly activated, emitting a soft hum and projecting a hologram. Elena stumbled back in shock as the image of a medieval knight, clad in armor, appeared before her. The knight, though ghostly and translucent, had an air of nobility and urgency. "Greetings, seeker of the past," the knight began, his voice echoing in the chamber. "I am Sir Alaric, a guardian of a legacy hidden from the eyes of the unworthy. You have found the Gauntlet of Aegis, a relic of immense power and responsibility." Elena's mind raced with questions. "Who are you, and what is this legacy you speak of?" Sir Alaric continued, "I come from a distant planet, once thriving with life and knowledge. The Gauntlet of Aegis is one of many artifacts scattered across your world, each containing a piece of our history and the key to our salvation. A threat looms from the Vorskans, a race intent on conquering and destroying. You must gather the artifacts and uncover the truth before it's too late." Elena stood in stunned silence, absorbing the weight of the knight's words. The discovery was beyond anything she had imagined, bridging the past and the future in an unimaginable way. That evening, back in her makeshift lab, Elena studied the gauntlet, trying to understand its technology and the symbols inscribed on it. She knew she couldn't do this alone. She needed a team of experts to help her decipher the mystery and protect the legacy Sir Alaric spoke of. Driven by a sense of purpose and urgency, Elena reached out to her trusted colleagues. Jackson, a tech genius with a knack for unraveling complex codes, Maria, a linguist specializing in ancient languages, and Raj, an ex-military strategist with experience in high-stakes operations. Each of them brought a unique skill set essential for the daunting task ahead. As they gathered around the gauntlet, Elena briefed them on her discovery and the knight's message. The room buzzed with excitement and trepidation. "We need to decode these symbols and understand the technology embedded in the gauntlet," Elena explained. "This is just the beginning. There are more artifacts out there, and we need to find them before the Vorskans do." Jackson's eyes gleamed with curiosity. "This technology is way ahead of anything we have. If we can figure it out, it could change everything." Maria nodded, examining the symbols. "These markings are a blend of ancient and alien scripts. It's a puzzle waiting to be solved." Raj, ever the pragmatist, added, "And we need to stay under the radar. If these Vorskans are as dangerous as you say, they'll stop at nothing to get their hands on this." With their mission clear, the team set to work, each member diving into their area of expertise. The clock was ticking, and they had a legacy to uncover and a world to protect. Elena and her team spent the next few days buried in their work, hardly pausing for rest. The gauntlet was their primary focus, its technology and symbols posing an incredible challenge. Jackson had set up a mini lab filled with holographic screens displaying streams of data as he tried to reverse engineer the gauntlet's systems. "Elena, come look at this," Jackson called out one evening, his voice tinged with excitement. "I think I've found a way to interface with the gauntlet's database. It's like a digital library of sorts." Elena hurried over, her eyes widening as she saw the streams of alien text and diagrams unfolding on the screens. "This is incredible. Can you translate any of it, Maria?" Maria leaned in, her eyes scanning the alien script. "It's a mix of Old Spanish and an unknown alien language. I can make out some phrases, but it'll take time to piece it all together." Raj, meanwhile, was mapping out possible locations for other artifacts based on historical data and legends that spoke of powerful objects hidden across the globe. "We need to be strategic. If the Vorskans are searching for these artifacts, we can't afford any mistakes." As the days turned into weeks, their hard work began to pay off. Maria managed to decode a fragment of text that referenced a heart of Talia, supposedly hidden within the ruins of an ancient temple in India. It was their first real lead, and the team knew they had to move quickly. "Pack your bags, everyone," Elena announced. "We're heading to India." The journey to India was long and arduous. They traveled under aliases to avoid drawing attention, aware that the Vorskans could be monitoring them. Upon arriving at the ancient temple, they found it partially buried under centuries of vegetation and rubble. "This place looks like it hasn't been touched in ages," Raj remarked as they navigated through the dense underbrush. As they ventured deeper into the temple, their flashlights flickering against the ancient stone walls, Elena felt a strange sense of familiarity. "I think we're close," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. They reached a chamber deep within the temple, where the air felt thick with history. In the center of the room, an ornate pedestal stood, its surface covered in dust and overgrown vines. Elena approached it cautiously, her heart pounding. "This must be it," she said, carefully brushing away the debris to reveal a small, intricately carved box. She opened it to find a glowing crystal, pulsating with an ethereal light. "The heart of Talia," Jackson whispered in awe. Before they could celebrate, the ground trembled violently. Elena's heart sank as she heard the unmistakable sound of footsteps echoing through the temple corridors. "Looks like we've got company," Raj said, drawing his weapon. The team quickly realized they were not alone. A group of heavily armed Vorskans stormed into the chamber, their eyes fixed on the crystal. A fierce battle ensued, with Jackson using the Gauntlet's technology to create a protective barrier while Raj and Elena fought off the intruders. Despite their best efforts, the Vorskans were relentless. Just as it seemed they would be overwhelmed, a blinding light filled the chamber. The holographic image of Sir Alaric appeared, his presence commanding and powerful. "Stand down," Sir Alaric's voice boomed, causing the Vorskans to hesitate. "You will not take the heart of Talia." Taking advantage of the distraction, Raj delivered a final, decisive blow to the Vorskans' leader, causing the remaining invaders to retreat. Elena and her team gathered around the pedestal, their breath heavy with exhaustion. "Thank you, Sir Alaric," Elena said, her voice filled with gratitude. The knight's image flickered. "You have done well, but this is only the beginning. The Vorskans will not stop. And neither must you. The fate of both our worlds depends on it." With the heart of Talia secured, the team knew their mission had only just begun. The true extent of their journey and the challenges ahead were still unknown, but they were more determined than ever to uncover the legacy and protect their world from the impending threat. Back in their makeshift lab, the team studied the heart of Talia. The crystal was more than just a glowing artifact, it was a powerful energy source. Jackson theorized it could enhance the Gauntlet's capabilities, potentially unlocking new functions and insights. Elena placed the heart of Talia next to the Gauntlet, watching in awe as the two artifacts reacted to each other. The Gauntlet began to glow, its symbols lighting up and forming patterns that Maria had never seen before. "This is amazing," Jackson said, his fingers flying over his keyboard. "The energy readings are off the charts. If we can harness this, we might be able to find the other artifacts more efficiently." Maria nodded, her eyes focused on the symbols. "I'm seeing new characters in the alien script. It's like the heart is providing additional context, helping to complete the puzzle." Raj, ever the strategist, looked at the display thoughtfully. "We need to figure out our next move. The Vorskans know we're onto something, and they'll be more aggressive in their search." Elena agreed. "We need to stay ahead of them. Our next step is to decipher the new information and find the next artifact before they do." As Maria worked on translating the new symbols, she uncovered references to an artifact known as the Eye of Orin, rumored to be hidden within the depths of a glacier in Antarctica. The description hinted at a device capable of seeing through time and space, a tool that could be crucial in their quest. "Antarctica is one of the most remote and inhospitable places on Earth," Raj pointed out. "We'll need to prepare carefully. This isn't going to be easy." Elena smiled wryly. "When has any of this been easy? Let's get to work." The team spent the next few days gathering supplies and making travel arrangements. They knew the journey would be perilous, but they were determined to press on. With their gear packed and the coordinates set, they boarded a plane bound for the southernmost continent. Upon arrival, the harsh, icy winds greeted them, cutting through their insulated clothing. They set up a base camp and began their trek toward the coordinates Maria had decoded from the Gauntlet. "Keep an eye out for any signs of the artifact or the Vorskans," Raj advised, his eyes scanning the horizon. "We can't afford any surprises out here." After hours of trudging through the snow and ice, they reached a massive glacier. The entrance to a hidden cave was barely visible, but Jackson's scanners confirmed it was the right place. "This must be it," he said, pointing to the readings on his device. The team squeezed through the narrow opening, descending into the icy cavern. The cold was intense, but the thrill of discovery kept them moving. Deep within the glacier, they found an ancient chamber, its walls covered in more alien symbols and technology. At the center of the chamber was the Eye of Orin, an intricate device that glowed with a mysterious light. Elena approached it cautiously, feeling a sense of déjà vu. She reached out and touched the eye, activating it. A holographic display filled the chamber, showing images of distant galaxies and different periods in history. "This is incredible," Maria breathed. "It's like a window into the universe." Before they could fully explore the device's capabilities, the sound of footsteps echoed through the chamber. The team turned to see a group of Vorskans entering, their weapons drawn. "We can't catch a break," Raj muttered, readying his own weapon. A fierce battle erupted, the Vorskans determined to take the Eye of Orin. Jackson used the Gauntlet's newly enhanced abilities to create barriers and project energy blasts, while Raj and Elena fought off the attackers with precision and skill. Just as it seemed they were gaining the upper hand, a blast of energy from one of the Vorskans' weapons struck the Eye of Orin, causing it to emit a blinding flash of light. When the light faded, the team found themselves in a different place entirely. They were no longer in the icy chamber but standing in a vast, alien landscape, the sky filled with unfamiliar constellations. The Vorskans were nowhere to be seen, and the air was filled with a strange, otherworldly energy. "What just happened?" Elena asked, her voice filled with awe and confusion. Jackson examined the gauntlet and the Eye of Orin, now linked together. "It looks like the eye transported us to another planet. This must be the homeworld Sir Alaric mentioned." Maria looked around, her eyes wide with wonder. "We're standing on the brink of a new discovery. This could be the key to understanding everything." Raj nodded, his eyes scanning the horizon. "We need to stay alert. We might have left the Vorskans behind, but we don't know what dangers this place holds." Elena took a deep breath, feeling a mix of excitement and trepidation. Their journey had taken an unexpected turn, and the challenges ahead were still unknown. But with the Eye of Orin and the Gauntlet, they had a fighting chance to uncover the legacy and protect their worlds. The alien landscape stretched before them, filled with bizarre flora and fauna that defied earthly logic. Elena, Jackson, Maria, and Raj moved cautiously, taking in their surroundings and trying to understand where they had landed. "This place is incredible," Maria said, her eyes wide as she studied a nearby plant that seemed to pulse with light. "It's like nothing I've ever seen." Jackson fiddled with the gauntlet, which was now humming with a steady energy. "The gauntlet is reacting to this environment. I think it's drawing power from the planet itself." Raj kept his weapon ready, scanning the horizon for any signs of danger. "We need to find out where we are and if there's any way to communicate with Sir Alaric." As they ventured deeper into the alien terrain, they encountered a series of ancient ruins, eerily similar to the ones they had explored on Earth. The symbols etched into the stone structures were a blend of the same ancient language and alien script they had been deciphering. "We're definitely in the right place," Elena said, examining the ruins. "These symbols match the ones on the gauntlet and the heart of Talia." Suddenly, a soft, melodic hum filled the air. The team turned to see a figure approaching, cloaked in shimmering robes that seemed to change color with each step. The figure raised a hand in greeting, and the gauntlet glowed brighter in response. "Greetings, travelers," the figure said in a resonant, calming voice. "I am Lara, guardian of this realm. You have come seeking knowledge and answers." Elena stepped forward, feeling a mix of awe and relief. "Yes, we have. We're here to uncover the legacy of Sir Alaric and protect our world from the Vorskans." Lara nodded. "I know of your mission. Sir Alaric's message has reached us. You are the chosen ones, tasked with reuniting the artifacts and restoring balance." Jackson looked intrigued. "What can you tell us about the artifacts? How do they fit into all of this?" Lara gestured for them to follow, leading them through the ruins to a large, circular chamber filled with holographic projections. The artifacts were created by an ancient civilization that once thrived on this planet. They harnessed immense power and knowledge, but their own creations led to their downfall. The artifacts were scattered across the galaxy to prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. Maria studied the holograms, her mind racing with the implications. And now the Vorskans are trying to gather them for their own purposes. Indeed, Lara confirmed, the Vorskans seek to dominate and destroy, using the artifacts' power to fuel their conquest. You must gather the remaining artifacts and use their combined power to stop them. Elena felt a surge of determination. "Where do we start? How do we find the rest of the artifacts?" Lara extended her hand, and a small, glowing orb materialized in her palm. "This will guide you. It is a map of sorts, linking the energy signatures of the artifacts." Follow its light, and it will lead you to the next piece of the puzzle. As Elena took the orb, it pulsed with a gentle warmth. Thank you, Lara. We won't let you down. Lara smiled, a serene expression on her face. I have faith in you. Remember, the artifacts are powerful, but it is your unity and determination that will ultimately save your worlds. With the orb in hand, the team set off once more, guided by its light. They traversed the alien landscape, encountering strange creatures and overcoming natural obstacles, all the while feeling the weight of their mission. The orb led them to a hidden valley, where they discovered an ancient temple half buried in the ground. The entrance was blocked by a massive stone door, covered in the same intricate symbols they had seen before. Jackson examined the door, his fingers tracing the patterns. It looks like there's a sequence we need to unlock it. The gauntlet should be able to interface with it. Elena nodded, placing the gauntlet against the door. The symbols began to glow, shifting and rearranging themselves into a complex pattern. After a tense moment, the door rumbled open, revealing a chamber filled with a soft, ethereal light. In the center of the chamber was a pedestal, upon which rested a gleaming, intricately designed artifact. It was a crystalline sphere, pulsating with energy. The Eye of Orin's twin, Maria whispered. This must be the artifact we're looking for. As Elena reached out to take the sphere, a deep, guttural roar echoed through the chamber. The team turned to see a group of Vorskans charging toward them, their weapons drawn and eyes filled with malice. Get ready, Raj shouted, preparing for battle. With the gauntlet's power, Jackson created a protective barrier around the team as they fought off the Vorskans. The battle was fierce, each member using their unique skills to defend the artifact. Just as it seemed they might be overwhelmed, Elena activated the sphere, and a blinding light filled the chamber. The Vorskans were thrown back, and the team found themselves enveloped in a protective energy field. When the light faded, the Vorskans were gone, and the team stood alone in the chamber, the artifact safely in their possession. Elena looked at her team, pride and determination in her eyes. We did it. We have the second artifact. Jackson grinned, and with this, we're one step closer to stopping the Vorskans. Maria and Raj nodded, their expressions resolute. Let's keep going, Raj said. There's no turning back now. With the new artifact secured and the orb guiding their way, the team set off once more, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Their journey was far from over, but they knew they had the strength and unity to see it through to the end.